Dear students, investing in mutual fund nowadays seems to be a great option for the investors, especially for the small investors. It provides diversified options to the investors. But if we invest in mutual fund and select any schemes under the mutual fund without the basic knowledge of mutual fund, it may not be able to give us a prominent return. We have to choose the right option, right schemes. So before investing in mutual fund, we should have to acquire at least the basic knowledge of mutual fund. In this video, or we can say in this lesson, we are going to discuss about the meaning and definitions of mutual fund. As also, we are going to discuss the history and advantages of mutual fund through the video. With the help of this video, we may able to gather the basic knowledge of mutual fund. So let us start the lesson. What is mutual fund? To understand the concept of mutual fund, we have to go through the definitions given by experts in this regard. From their own viewpoint, various definitions has been given by different experts. Here we will go through some of these definitions. First of all, Bharati Pathak have given a definition on mutual fund as the mutual fund is a financial service organization that receives money from the shareholders, invests it, earns return on it, and they have make an attempt to grow, to advance, to expand their investment, and as well as they agrees to pay the shareholders a part of their returns. Another definition has been given by Prasanna Chandra. He said that mutual fund is called unit trust or open-ended trust. It's a company that invests the fund of its subscribers in diversified securities and in return issues unit representing the shares in those holdings. The third definition we can discuss here is the definition given by the Jitendra Gala and Ankit Gala in their book Guide to Indian Mutual Fund. They said that mutual fund is nothing but pooling of money collected from the investors by issuing them the units, and whatever money has been collected has been invested in marketable securities according to the investment objective they have set. Another definition given in the book Pooled Vehicle by Sundar Sankaran. It states that a mutual fund is a vehicle to pool the money from the investors with a promise that the money would be invested in a particular manner by professional managers who are expected to honor the promise. And last but not the least, the definition given by Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. They said that a mutual fund is a type of financial intermediary that pools the funds of investors who have invested their money for the same general investment objective, and later on the mutual fund invests them in a number of different types of financial instruments like equity shares, bonds, money market instruments, etc. From these all definitions, it can be derived that a mutual fund is an intermediary and they have to collect money from their subscribers. You can say them as a subscriber, as an unit holder, as an investors. You can state them as an investor, as a shareholder, as an unit holder. And mutual fund have collect money from all those investors or unit holder or subscribers and pooled it. And later on, according to their investment objective, they have invest those funds in some marketable securities like equity shares, bonds, stable shares, etc. And they have provided a guarantee or they have agreed to share a part of their earning with their investors or with their subscribers, with their unit holders. In doing so, they have continuously nurturing the mutual fund. They have continuously engaged in the mutual fund to grow it up. So they have continuously looked after the business. They have continuously managed the business so that the profit can be maximized. Now let us discuss the history of mutual fund, the evolution of mutual fund. So if in very brief manner, if we have to discuss the history of mutual fund, then we must say that the origin of the concept of mutual fund is associated with the 17th century, when the Egyptians sold their shares in vessels and caravans with a view to spreading the risks attached with the risky venture. So they have to visit one from one place to another. So for trading purpose, they have to visit a country to country through sea route or through some other risky route. So that is why to minimize the risks of loss, they start selling the shares, whatever things they have carried with for trading purpose, among their members of caravans or vessels, so that the risks of loss can be minimized. So this is a clear example of diversification of risks, which is the prime objectives associated with the evolution of mutual fund. Then secondly, the credit of the appearance of a mutual fund goes to the Dutch merchant Adrian van Katwijk. Adrian van Katwijk have created an investment trust in 1774. He believed in a principle that unity creates strength. So that is why diversified risks among the investors with a minimum capital created that particular trust to make an appeal to the investors who have a minimum amount of capital, with a belief that unity always creates strength. So we have to give the credit of appearance of mutual fund to Adrian van Katwijk. In 1774, he have created an investment trust. However, in the most organized manner, the real credit of introducing the modern concept of mutual fund goes to the Foreign and Colonial Government Trust of London, which was established in 1868. So the founder of the Foreign and Colonial Government Trust of London is the Philip Rose. Philip Rose is the founder, and in 1868 he have created the trust. However, in America, if we discuss the evolution of mutual fund in America, in 1924, the first modern mutual fund was launched in the United States of America, which is known as MFS Investment Management. So MFS Investment Management is an American-based global investment manager, and it is one of the oldest asset management company in the world. In 1928, the trust was opened for the investors. And in 1975, John Bogle is the founder of Vanguard Group. John Bogle started the first index investment trust on December 31st, 1975. Now, if we want to discuss evolution of mutual fund in India, then the concept of mutual fund is not very old in India. The idea of first mutual fund in India was a vision of Sri T. Krishna Marsari, the former finance minister. On his recommendation, Indian Capital Market and Reserve Bank of India were entrusted to create a special institution, resulting in the establishment of UTI, Unit Trust of India. So in 1963, the Unit Trust of India was established, and from 1964 onwards they have. So this is the evolution of mutual fund in very brief in the world as well as in India. So now we will discuss about the needs and advantages of mutual fund. Mutual fund provides a variety of advantages to the investors. And now one by one we will try to discuss those advantages. First of all, diversification. Diversification is essential for the minimization of risks involved in case of investment. But the retail investors or individual investors cannot do more diversification because of financial constraint, because of lack of capital. Because of lack of capital, they cannot diversify their investment in a more extent manner. But the mutual fund with a huge amount of investment, huge amount of funds they have collected, it is easy for them to diversify their portfolios, to diversify their investment in different portfolios, different options. So this well-diversified portfolio automatically reduces the risk considerably because of all stocks have not been declined. Suppose a huge amount of fund has been invested and lots of number of shares of number of companies has been purchased. So all stocks, the value of all stock has not been declined at the same time in the same proportion. So that is why the loss has been minimized. Secondly, the professional management. So individual investor does not have that knowledge or experience that is required to analyze the financial market, to analyze the trend of stock market. But mutual fund manager is a professional having knowledge and experience. So the fund manager is concerned about all those areas which are essential, such as protection of value of the original investment, generation of a stable return on the original investment, facilitation of capital appreciation. So regarding all those matters, he have practical experience as well as professional knowledge. So it is easy for him to manage all the fund. Then thirdly, convenient administration. So investing in mutual fund company results in reduction of paperwork. It also helps an investor to avoid many problems such as bad deliveries, delayed payment of dividend, and any unnecessary dealings with the brokers, etc. It also helps the investor that in the way that investor can easily transfer their holdings from one scheme to another without any difficulty, as well as they don't have to make payment for brokerage. So mutual fund make investment trouble-free and convenient. Next advantage is the liquidity. So mutual fund provides the liquidity. Normally investors cannot sell the securities held by them easily and quickly. However, investment in a mutual fund scheme is fairly liquid as compared to many corporate shares. So in an open-ended scheme, an investor can get back his money promptly at the net asset value related price and from the mutual fund. On the other hand, in case of a closed-ended scheme, an investor can sell the units on a stock exchange at the existing market price. So when there is a requirement of immediate cash, the units of the mutual fund scheme can liquidate by the investor. Next advantage is the return potential. So in long term, mutual fund are able to provide higher return as they yield to diversification of securities. In a mutual fund, dividend and capital gains earned by the investor can be repeatedly reinvested. Thus, it's compound the reinvestment. Next advantage is the assured allotment. So when an application has been made for the units of the mutual fund scheme, mutual fund houses give assurance to the potential investors for allotment. However, under the tax saving scheme, there is some limitation. So in case of tax saving scheme, there is some limitation of investment that to a particular amount only you can invest. But otherwise, for whatever you need, you have make the payment. The mutual fund assured that they will allot you all those units. Next advantage is the low cost. So investment in a mutual fund schemes is relatively less expensive as compared to direct investment in the capital market. A direct investor bears all the cost of investing, such as brokerage, custody of securities, etc. While investing through a mutual fund, the investor has the advantage of economies of scale. The funds pay lesser cost as larger volumes of fund available for the investment. Next advantage is the transparency. So investment in a mutual fund is considered as the most transparent financial investment. When investors invest in a scheme of mutual fund house, the investor able to know about the investment objective, asset allocation pattern, net asset value, expenses, or any other information which is important to know before investment is made. So apart from this, the investor receives regular information on the value of investment. Mutual fund also clearly declares their portfolio every month. Thus, an investor has the idea of where his money is being deployed, and in case they are not satisfied with their portfolio construction, they can withdraw at a short notice. Next is the flexibility. Mutual fund scheme offer the investor various options for their investment. For example, through features of regular investment plans, regular withdrawal plans, reinvestment option, dividend option, growth plan, investor can systematically invest according to the necessity and convenience. Along with these, mutual fund offers investment patterns such as equity, debt, liquid or balance fund. Also, an investor have the option of transferring their holdings from one scheme to other within the same fund house. Next is the tax benefit. Under specific provision of Income Tax Act 1961, some mutual fund schemes offer tax rebates to the investors for investment in specified avenues. For example, equity-linked savings schemes, pension schemes, etc. These schemes are growth-oriented and invest predominantly in equities. Next is the asset allocation. Keeping the risk aptitude and tolerance in mind, investment in a mutual fund helps in allocating money into diverse investment options. If rupees 20,000 is invested in a fund, then the money can be allocated in debt or equity instrument as per the risk aptitude of the individual investor. Next is the career planning. Mutual fund offers the option of systematic investment plan, which proves to be an ideal for those people who want to build wealth over a long period of time. For systematic investment plan, an investor can invest money at a regular interval in a mutual fund scheme. Next is the retirement planning. Mutual fund also offers systematic withdrawal plan, which is suitable for retired or nearing retired person. From these plans, investor can withdraw money at a regular interval to take care of the old age expenditure after investing his money. Next, stability to stock market. Mutual fund provides those economies of scale by which they can absorb any losses in the stock market and can continue investing in the stock market as they have a large pooled fund. Apart from these, mutual fund also increases liquidity in the money and capital market. Next is equity reserves. Mutual fund houses have large amount of funds, resources and dedicated equity research team. That is why they are able to afford information and data required for investment in performing companies and sectors. Next, well regulated. All the mutual fund companies are required to function within provisions of strict regulations formulated by Securities Exchange Board of India. Even the registration of mutual fund under SEBI is compulsory. Moreover, the operations of mutual fund are regularly monitored by the SEBI. Next is small investment. Most mutual fund schemes keep the minimum investment between rupees 1,000 to 5,000. Therefore, even a small investor can invest in mutual fund schemes without any difficulty. No other avenue of investment offers such a wide variety of choice for such an affordable sum. Next, simplicity. In comparison to other available instruments available in the market for investment, mutual fund is more simple and straightforward. So it is easy for the investor to invest in mutual fund. Now the net asset value. In simple words, net asset value is the market value of the securities held by the scheme. Mutual funds invest the money collected from the investors in securities market. Since market value of securities changes every day, net asset value of a scheme also varies on day-to-day basis. The net asset value per unit is the market value of the securities of a scheme divided by the total number of units of the scheme on any particular date. The NAVs of all mutual fund schemes are declared at the end of the trading day after markets are closed in accordance with the SEBI mutual fund regulations. The net asset value represents the market value per share for a particular mutual fund. It is calculated by deducting the liabilities from the total asset value divided by the number of shares. Net asset value of asset is equal to total asset minus total liabilities divided by total outstanding shares. Thank you.